What's happening, people, and welcome to another Battlefield video. Today we're going to be discussing Battlefield Hardline in 2022. There's been a lot of talk over the past few weeks as to whether Battlefield Hardline really was just the ugly duckling of the Battlefield series, or if it was underrated. With that in mind, I wanted to throw my 2 cents into the ring because I do check in with Battlefield Hardline every so often over on PC. And that's to say whether Battlefield Hardline was a solid game even at the time, and if it's worth jumping back into in 2022. Realistically though, I want to make it clear that I do enjoy Battlefield Hardline and I do play it occasionally. For anyone who's been around my channel for a little bit of time knows that I've put up Battlefield Hardline videos before. So clearly I think Battlefield Hardline's a solid experience. And let me explain to you a few reasons why that actually is. First and foremost, the map design is extremely unique. That is to say, the maps feel very different to anything we've ever seen in Battlefield before, and a lot of them were smaller maps that feel designed around the game modes that were specific to Hardline, rather than just standard conquest. To go in tandem with this, the game definitely focuses a lot more on infantry combat, which suits my kind of playstyle as someone who specifically just plays as infantrymen. This is beneficial because classes can also do their own part in taking out vehicles in-game with grenades and just shooting them. Along with that, there's a lot of unique equipment and pickups throughout the maps, which are very specific to Battlefield Hardline, like grapple hooks and ziplines. Now I know we see things like ziplines in 2042 at the moment, but Battlefield Hardline introduced them in a slightly different way, which made it stand out at the time in comparison to what we'd seen previously. Of course, Battlefield Hardline was hinging on some of the vehicle mechanics, particularly when you're looking at some of the game modes like Hotwire as an example, and to me I think the vehicles felt really solid to drive in comparison to other Battlefield games too. This was especially noticeable on some of the motorbikes and the sedan cars too. Now I touched on this a little bit with regards to Hotwire, but there are a number of unique game modes in Hardline which just haven't been seen since, and it'd be really great to see them come back in 2042 somehow in some way. The likes of Hotwire or Blood Money would make really good additions to any game, and the introduction of things like Heist, which was really squad focused, bringing in that element of team play which we might not have seen in other modes. Now of course I would recommend playing Battlefield Hardline in 2022, it's a great game with a lot of unique mechanics and interesting gameplay, but at least from a PC side of things that's going to prove pretty difficult for everyone. And the reason for that is, as it stands there's only one active server left running on Battlefield Hardline. And a big shout out to the ABCH community who've kept this server going for a number of years. It's typically where I've been playing whenever I've hopped on since about 2020. And with that in mind, if you're a brand new player to Battlefield Hardline, you'll be jumping into the only server on PC full of players who've been playing the game for a number of years now. This can have almost a gatekeeping effect if you know nothing about Hardline, jump in and get your ass handed to you numerous times, potentially pushing you away from carrying on playing the game. Ultimately though, that's a situation we find ourselves in, and as such I just wanted to make everyone in the community aware as to where we stand on Battlefield Hardline at this point. Personally, I'd love to see more servers popping up, however I just can't see it happening at this stage. And in the unlikely event that Battlefield Hardline does get put into Portal, we could potentially see the death of the game completely. All I can say is don't be sad that it's over, be happy that you got to experience it. And even if you haven't had chance, there is the option of buying the game maybe if it's on sale, at least just to give it a shot for a couple of hours of fun. As always though guys, thanks very much for watching, and look out for more Battlefield content coming down the pipeline ASAP for you all. As ever, it's been an absolute pleasure, thanks again for your time, I look forward to catching you all in the next one.